It's estimated that about 10% of police calls involve a person with a mental illness.
Some law enforcement agencies are adding more training now to try to deal with those calls, especially after some recent cases involving people in emotional distress. John Lauritsen spoke to one of those agencies today, and I know they're trying to get these officers better prepared, John.
Yeah, they really are. They're giving a full effort here. Yeah, just 2 days ago, Roseville officers responded to a call of a man who neighbors said had been having mental outbursts. They shot and killed 52-year-old John Brickland after he stabbed a police canine. Officers are looking hard at cases like this one to see what they can learn about calls involving someone who appears to be emotionally distressed.
The intersection between law enforcement and folks who suffer from mental illness is a huge issue.
Maplewood Police Chief Paul Schnell is among those pushing for more training for officers to deal with these situations. This year, 10 of his officers will take part in crisis intervention training.
There's major push around training of officers to be able to recognize issues of danger and to try and perhaps adjust tactics around some of those things.
Schnell says some of that involves officers reaching out to people they've come into contact with before and that have been emotionally distressed in the past. It also means working with their family members and friends more closely.
Anything that we can do to try and, as a community, to intervene and address that is to our long-term best interest.
Since January of last year, there have been 4 cases in the Twin Cities where emotionally distressed or suicidal people were shot and killed by police. In each case, the person killed had a weapon in their possession.
We never want them to compromise officer safety or public safety.
John Baker is a retired Marine who now trains officers on how to deal with veterans and people with PTSD. He says the goal is to take the person into custody without anyone getting hurt and then get them the medical help they need. He says it's up to neighbors and family to let police know who they're dealing with.
If they know that that person is emotionally disturbed, law enforcement needs to know that because they're going to deal with that situation differently.
The Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association will hold a conference in St. Cloud in April. Chief Schnell said this will be one of the most discussed topics at the conference. Nationally, this issue has also received a lot of attention from the Police Executive Research Forum, or the PERF report, and they're talking a lot about how it really is a difficult situation when you break it all down for police, for the community, for neighbors, and of course the person that is obviously the subject of the call as well. So it's dangerous for everyone involved, and how do they make it easier? It's a tough question.
Well, we wish them well as they try to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right, thank you, John.